Hello everyone. In this video, we're going to be simplifying an expression based on another expression. So we're given that x minus square root of x is equal to 2. And based on these values of x, we're going to evaluate x plus 4 over x. And how do we do that? Can we solve for x? We'll give it a try. So I'll be presenting at these two methods. If you know of any other method, please let us know in the comment section down below. And if you also like complex numbers, go ahead and check out my other channel, which is aplusbi, where I focus on complex numbers. I never claim that I know everything and I make mistakes. And some people think that they know everything or they are experts in that field and they make huge claims. Anyways, just wanted to vent it out, share with you real quick. So here's what we're given, x minus square root of x is equal to 2. So I'm going to start by trying to find the x values because that's usually the brute force C method if you don't have an elegant way to solve it, because by finding the x values, you're going to be able to substitute, right? Even though it might take longer, it's a guaranteed method. Usually the methods that are more guaranteed are longer. So how do we solve for x? Good question. There's a couple of ways to go about it. One method is you can isolate the radical and square both sides. Second way is set square root of x equal to something, which is the method that I'm going to use here. Let's go ahead and set this equal to u. So x becomes u squared. So you get u get u squared minus u equals 2. And then by putting everything on the same side, you do get a quadratic equation. But not only that, you do get something that is factorable, which is beautiful. How do you factor a trinomial? You look for two numbers whose product is -2. At the same time, their sum needs to be -1, which is the coefficient of u. Get the idea? Kind of like Vieta's formulas, right? Okay, I also made a video on Vieta's formulas. Also go ahead and check it out. So from here, we get the following factors. U minus 2 multiplied by u plus 1 equals 0. And this implies either u equals 2 or u equals -1. Are we going to be able to use both values? If there are two u values, does that mean we're going to get, multiple values for the result, or is that going to be unique? Let's go ahead and explore. So what is u? What are you? Who are you? So u is square root of x. So let's go ahead and set the u equal to square root of x. If square root of x is equal to 2, that means x is equal to 4. Nice. That's one solution for x. What about the other one? If u is -1, that means square root of x is -1. Uh-oh. Does this equation have any solutions at all? I mean, I can square both sides, right? And that gives me x equals 1. The problem is, when I plug it in, does it work? I don't think so, because the square root of 1 does not equal -1 as far as I know. Okay. If you live in the real world, that's not going to work because we know that square root of 1 is equal to 1. So this equation seems to have no solution, at least in the real world. But what about the complex world? In the complex world, a complex number, or any real number for that reason, has two square roots, except for 0, of course, that's an exception. Even negative numbers have square roots, and there is 2 of them. So can't we say that, okay, this is multi-valued, it's 1 or -1? But wait a minute. We kind of have to agree with the real world, so that value needs to be unique. So we kind of need to pick something that gives us or leads to an agreement with the real world. So we have something called the principal square root, which is the one with a non-negative real part. So whenever you have the square root as a plus bi, you don't want a to be less than 0. Make sense? Okay. Of course, if a is 0, that's fine, because let's say you have I is fine. Make sense? Or any multiple of I. So this doesn't seem to work. So u equals -1 will probably reject. What do you think, though? We can go ahead and plug it in and see what happens. But we don't get a solution from here. Even if you assume that, okay, x equals 1 is a solution, we can test it out. Okay, how about that? So if x is equal to 4, so it looks like x is equal to 4, and maybe x equals 1 is going to work, but which value are we evaluating? It's x plus 4 over x. So if x is equal to 4, this gives us 4 plus 4 over 4, which is 4 plus 1, which is 5. Okay, how about 1? 1 plus 4 over 1 is 1 plus 4, which is 5 again. Uh-oh, no matter what, we're getting 5. But you know what? We don't have to worry about the other value because we got 5 with a good value and we're good to go. So it looks like we can't really get anything besides 5. Even if we assume that square root of 1 is equal to -1, which is weird, by the way. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section down below. But I'd like to show you an alternative way to solve this problem because I think it's really cool. Like I said earlier, you could also isolate square root of x and then square both sides and solve the resulting equation. Do you think you're going to get something different? Go ahead and test it out and let us know, but that shouldn't be too hard. But since we're going to be using a similar approach with the second method, there's no need for me to go through this. I'm going to leave it as an exercise. But guess what? We're going to go through that anyways. So you can copy this method as well. So here's the thing. We have x minus square root of x equals 2. And I'm trying to evaluate x plus 4 over x. So trying to find a numerical value, right? Otherwise, I could just replace x with root x plus 2. And that would give me square root of x plus 2 plus 4 over square root of x plus 2. And just leave it like that. But that's not the purpose. I want to get something numerical. Make sense? Not something variable. So this is not good. Even though it wasn't mentioned specifically, it's understood. Come on, we've seen so many problems like that, right? So how do we do this? Let's do it. So we're going to isolate square root of x. Forget about all these weird things. And let's do it. Square root of x can be written as x minus 2. And now we're going to square both sides. Let's do it. That gives us x equals x squared minus 4x plus 4. Great. Let's go ahead and put everything on the same side. And we get this. Wait a minute. Isn't this factorable? No. I'm not trying to do the first method again. Or 1a or 1b. Right? My goal is to evaluate what? An expression. What is that? X plus 4 over x. How am I going to do that from here? Easy. You're going to divide both sides by x. We know that x does not equal 0, right? Obviously, because x equals 0 doesn't satisfy the original equation. So this is good. But take a look at this. X minus 5 plus 4 over x equals 0. Add 5 to both sides. What are you getting? X plus 4 over x equals 5. Nice and clean. You don't need to solve for x. You can just directly find the result. That's why it doesn't vary. It doesn't depend on the value of x. And this is a constant result. And this brings us to the end of this video. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I'll see you next time with another video. Until then, be safe. Take care. Don't forget to check out aplusbi. Also, the other video that I made today, I think it premiered about 2 hours ago, maybe. I think so. Anyways, check it out. Let me know if you have any questions. And until next time, bye-bye.